We were all chatting and chanting and singing and drinking lots of beer.
A typical German Sunday.
Typical German Sunday, that's what we're having today. Guten Morgen and welcome back. I kind of forgot to vlog yesterday because we did like a whole city tour. It was very windy, it was really difficult to speak to the camera, and I imagine anything I did try and say just wouldn't have made it into the vlog because you wouldn't have been able to hear it, and I would have had to put like captions or subtitles or whatever on. That said, we had the best day ever. We did a little tour of the city. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that. The bells ring a lot in Munich, apparently. I mean, it is a Sunday, so that's probably why, call to church. But yeah, we walked around sort of all the main tourist sites in Munich, Marienplatz, and I can't even think where we went. We saw lots of churches, lots of main shopping streets, Sendlinger Tor. Delisa, can you remember what else we saw yesterday?
We saw the Frauenkirche.
Frauenkirche, yeah. We wandered around a lot and didn't really know what we were looking at, and we kind of weren't following maps. We were just walking and enjoying strolling around, and then like I'd be like, oh, this was on my list of things to see, and we've accidentally stumbled upon it. But that's kind of how we enjoyed doing the day, because it meant there was no stress, no rush, no trying to tick things off a to-do list or following a phone and not really looking up and around us. So good, perfect, chill first day. Drank lots of beer and ate lots of bread, which I think is going to be like the summary for this whole trip, to be honest. And then we went to the Hofbräuhaus, which is like the beer house in Munich, or like one of the main ones. They have lots of beer houses, but we went to a really famous one where the men dress up in lederhosen and the women wear dirndl and drink and chant, and it was so much fun. We met a couple of guys from Dortmund. Well, there were two kind of weird groups mixed together, a couple of older men and then guys similar to our age, and we thought they were together and they weren't. They'd just met there. Then we ended up chatting to a bunch of Italians, like kind of like my dad's age, all looked like bikers, like leather jackets and mustaches, and it was just a really weird vibe. But everyone is super friendly, so we were all chatting and chanting and singing and drinking lots of beer, and it was, yeah, a very German experience. But I really like how friendly the culture is here. It feels like everybody speaks to everybody, and yeah, we had a really good time. Went out to a nightclub, so I experienced my first German clubbing experience, which was quite something. The Germans know how to party. The club went on until 9 AM, but we did not make it to 9 AM. We came back to sleep. I'm running on about 5 hours of sleep, but it was good fun, and it's a very rainy day today. I've been rambling on for 3 minutes, so I'm gonna close out this little chatty section and head to a bakery, or Bäckerei, because we are very hungry people and want some breakfast ASAP.
Hi, we're out at Schloss Nymphenburg. It's really cold. We are standing in the rain and there's loads of wind. But it's okay, we'll manage.
But we're still having a good time.
Yeah.
That's what counts. So we are currently at Schloss Nymphenburg. We are walking around, what's it called? Pagodenburg?
Yeah, Pagodenburg.
Pagodenburg. We've also walked around the gardens as well, and then we're about to head to the museum. It's so pretty. I think we timed it really well as well because it started absolutely tipping it down with rain when we arrived. So we dived in, had a look around the palace to start off with. Then the rain lifted and it brightens up a bit, and now we're outside in the gardens getting some fresh air.
It feels so good.
It feels so nice to clear our heads, especially when we're feeling quite sleepy. Having a slow day is just what we needed.
And we had brezeln.
Yeah,
that was really tasty with Frischkäse and Schnittlauch.
Yeah, so good. For any of you that don't know, that's a pretzel with cream cheese and chives. Very, very tasty. And then, what's it called, the donut? Krapfen?
Krapfen. Or Berliner. I said
Berliner, yeah. Krapfen, which is like a donut with marmalade, apricot jam. Though they did have ones with like vanilla cream in, so I might have to try that at some point. So a very, very tasty brunch this morning. And a very calm day, which is nice, and a very fresh day. But the weather is very much like the UK at the moment. It's quite chilly.
A typical German Sunday.
Typical German Sunday, that's what we're having today. So we arrived back in from Schloss Nymphenburg about, I'm gonna say an hour ago, but that might be wrong, an hour or two ago. We've just been chilling in the hostel, relaxing, resting our feet because our feet are absolutely killing us. We did about 30,000 steps yesterday, and I think we're headed in the same sort of direction today, probably around 20,000 at this point. And we just needed to chill. Obviously on very limited sleep, and doing lots of walking and being outside in the fresh air really takes it out of you. So we just wanted to come back, rest, freshen up, ring my mum, tell her how the holiday is going, and now we are going to head back out for dinner. We've been researching for a traditional Bavarian style beer house again. We really liked that vibe last night, and we like eating the local cuisine, especially as someone coming from England. I like to try different cuisines when I visit different countries rather than just going for like classic burger pizza sort of thing. So I'm trying to eat, I'm pretty much eating a lot of bread, cheese. Like, they don't have a lot of vegetarian options. There is just a lot of sausages here in Germany, as I'm sure most of you are aware. But yeah, lots of bread, cheese. I'm literally running out of things. Potatoes, they're really big on their potatoes here as well. So just looking for that sort of stuff, which I mean I'm still really enjoying. Who doesn't love bread, cheese and potatoes? And yeah, maybe another beer, we'll see how we're feeling, but I think we're both quite tired and just want an early night, so maybe a chill one. Gonna walk there, I think it's about 20 minutes from the hostel, and then walk back, early night, and up early tomorrow morning to go to see Neuschwanstein. We are back in the hostel after our delicious dinner out. Not many restaurants are open on a Sunday in Germany. I don't know if you guys know, but a typical German Sunday means everything shuts, including supermarkets or restaurants. Literally everything is closed. But we did manage to find one restaurant that was still open. Oh, there was a small handful, but one that looked really good with traditional German food. So we hopped in and we had, you're gonna have to correct me on this, what was it we had again? What's it called?
Kaiserschmarrn.
Kaiserschmarrn.
Yeah.
Is that the cheese pasta?
No, that's
stuff?
like Käsespätzle.
Ah, Käsespätzle and celery schnitzel.
Schnitzel, yeah.
Yeah. Chalice is correcting me because I can't remember all the German names. And then we had
so well,
the first one you said was the pancake one, right?
Yeah, the pancake one is called Kaiserschmarrn.
Kaiserschmarrn.
Yeah.
Nice. So we had a lot of very traditional German food. So the first one was like cheesy pasta with crispy onions on the top, a bit like mac and cheese but much better. The second one we had was like a deep fried sort of battered crumb coated celery, really good schnitzel, with classic potato salad, very like vinegary, mustardy, tangy. I really like that. We don't do potatoes like that in the UK, but very tasty. And then like this kind of, I was going to say deformed pancake, but I think that's an injustice to it because that makes it sound unappetizing.
It's really good,
but
though.
Yeah, the story, did you say the story was the king wanted to cook himself?
The emperor.
The emperor wanted to cook himself some food and tried to make a pancake, and it all kind of fell apart, and this is how the dish came about.
Yeah.
And it was delicious. Came with like an apple compote. Very tasty, like a pancake, but better, like fluffier and a little bit thicker. Really enjoyed that. And then unfortunately disaster struck. There is a train strike tomorrow across all of Germany, and our plan was to head to Neuschwanstein Castle for the day. It's a day trip out. It's about 2 hours on the train, so it's looking like that might be a bit trickier to do now with the train strikes. I mean, fingers crossed, we are going to try. We already had our train tickets booked. Some of the local trains are still running, but we're not 100% sure. One, we'll be able to get there, and two, we'll be able to actually make it back. So we're gonna give it a good go, but it's not the end of the world if we can't. We've got a backup plan. We've got some other sites we can see, museums, art galleries. There's a beer festival on at the minute apparently, like a really small version of Oktoberfest in March. So we might check that out. So all is not lost. We are just gonna make the most of whatever happens and keep enjoying the holiday and go for an early night tonight and try and get up early and stick to the original plan and see what we can do. But we are still feeling hopeful and excited. So wish us luck in the comments below, and I guess you'll find out in my next vlog if we made it or not. So thanks for watching this vlog, and stay tuned for the next vlog to find out if we make it to Neuschwanstein. Yeah, cliffhanger. Yeah, see you in the next vlog, guys.